I feel like this anime is kind of like the Love and Lies all over again. If you guys never seen a series called Love and Lies, you probably would miss out. You probably would miss out. Even though I've seen the whole entire series, but the ending was okay. But even though that's for another time, and even though I do want to rewatch it all over again, I do. But I mean, I wish they make another season of it because I really do miss that series. It's really good. So basically, with this anime of episode one, it's I think it's called. Let me hear get it for a second. Okay, it's more than a married couple, but not lovers. Okay, so it's more than a couple, then but not married couple, not married couple. Means that they want to be lovers, but they don't want to get married. Means that's what they want. And I feel like this is whole society. Somebody basically going to Japan, so like that. I didn't even think that this was really going to be like this is going to be like some kind of joke or something like that because I know certain countries, other different countries that do take marriage very personal, and I do know that. Just like with Love and Lies, basically what happened right there. Basically he wanted to go out with the most famous girl in the school. And it means I would say the hottest girl in school. I would say that. But even though he thought and her thought they were going to get married and stuff like that, however, it did not happen. There had been a mistake and stuff like that. And it's kind of like the government is like saying like you have to get married with this girl because if you don't get married with this girl, then you're going to jail. And and they were looking for somebody to help fix the problem because it was by a mistake. But even though the anime does get very interesting as it goes, because I really do like Love and Lies, because I'm not gonna lie, I really do love that series. It's just something that it's just something that it keeps you guessing about what the system's all about and stuff like that. And basically, that's what basically seems. But even though basically with this anime right here, it may be seen as kind of similar to Love and Lies, but however, Love and Lies is totally different. But I don't think it's not the same at basically with this anime. It may be, but it's not. But even though they have different outtakes about what they do and stuff like that. Now, I definitely want to say this also about too, because this is off topic. I'm just going to talk about just for a few seconds. Now, if you guys never seen the movie called Mulan, Mulan, she's a young girl that she's grown up. She's have respect for her family. She's supposed to honor her family as and other stuff like that. Even though she's supposed to practice herself to get past, so she can to be a bride and to be a bride because the reason why is that is because if they don't pass, if they fail, that means they get an F or something like that means that they will never make it to be a bride and stuff like that. I don't know. That's from what I've heard. So I've heard other different things is that from other different countries that they're supposed to have like one child, not like two or three or something like that. I don't know. That's just basically what it seems to me. But that's basically what I think. Because even though Mulan she failed at it, but I wouldn't say she actually fell. But even though she was just trying to save herself from embarrassment, that's what basically she's trying to do, and stuff like that. But even though that it was her choice, even though I think it's required by law that she has to go practice this because if she didn't, then there's like a very good possibility she could get thrown in jail, maybe her family too. So I mean that could be a possibility. But the reason I'm mentioning is that because that's what it feels to me, and that's what it feels to me. Because when you're watching this anime, you have like the teacher was like, have the teacher like telling you like what you should do and stuff like that, as all the other stuff, all that jazz and stuff, and it's kind of like a forceful situation. That's what it feels to me. But however, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's not just that. Oh, they're actually a married couple, but they really are not. But even though they want to be lovers, that they want to be lovers, even though they have to stay positive, because if they were stay negative, then that would spell some really bad things for this anime. Now, this is one thing I am concerned. It's about with the MC character. The MC character, he kind of reminds me of Kisa, because I mean I don't know who is better. I mean I don't know if is Kiso's better than this guy right here, or maybe he's not. But even though that this guy, I mean I can tell that he's social anxiety is that he gets nervous. He doesn't know what to say or how should he react to something that to basically what the girl that wants to go out with him or anything like that. But one thing is that when he was having a talk with I think with the principal or one of the teachers in the school, like you have to pass because we need you to pass. You have to pass because if he does not pass, that means he'll be held. I mean, not held. He'll be held up for another year. Held up for another year. Even though as for myself, because I failed the ninth grade, I had to do all over again because I was not doing what my teachers told me to do. Because I mean, that's basically. I mean, yeah, it happens to all of us. We all have a failed grade and stuff like that. I'm not proud of it, but anything like that. But even though I'm willing to basically just make up for the loss, basically what happened and stuff like that, and then everything was fine and stuff. So, but even though I think the teacher or the principal or whoever it is and stuff like that, it's just basically just tell him that you need to get this straight. You need to get this straight. You need to do this because if you don't do this, then you're not going to pass. That means you're going to be held up for another year, and then probably with the girl with the pink hair. I definitely want to talk about. Actually, I'm going to talk about her right now. Okay, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of her because it seems to me she knows a lot more information about what's going on. It means that she read the manual book and stuff like that. You could just tell like the teacher was trying to explain to them like how to be a married couple and stuff like that. You're supposed to have this, you're supposed to have that. Because when the anime first started it out, is that when you see if you look closely at the wall of in the anime, let's say there's like some kind of scoring system, and I have a camera over there, even though I don't have that kind of stuff. Even though I'm just basically saying. So I'm just looking at the wall, and then all of a sudden, I see a -2. So that's basically what you're seeing right there in the anime because if they were to do negative things, if they were to speak so negative or argue, it could get worse. Now, to be honest with you, this is something that I may drop. I don't know if I'm going to drop it or not. I probably want to continue. I'm not really so sure because I really do not like the forcing situation where you have to force. Even though I know this is just practice, but I feel like this is basically being forced of the MC character and also the female protagonist that they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do because if they don't do like I said before, if they don't do it, then they will get in some trouble. And that means they will fail the grade, and that means they will not be able to move on to the next grade. So I mean, there's a lot going on and stuff like that. And even though the girl with the pink hair, she's not really happy about it, but to me, I could just tell. I could just tell. To me, is that I can just tell. I could just tell that she is just a fake, and I don't. I mean, she's attractive. So I know that, but even though she has her eyes on the, not the MC character, but she has her eyes on the with this guy who's the most popular student basically in the school, and that stuff right there really gets on my nerves, and it really does, and because basically from what you're seeing in anime, where you find your best friend, she's been with you for quite some time, and then she's playing along with basically with the most popular student in school with the guy with blonde hair. I think the guy in the blonde hair, I don't think he's not necessarily like he's stealing girls or anything like that. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's not because I think the MC character is maybe thinking the wrong way, basically like saying, oh yeah, this guy is gonna steal every girl in the school. I don't like him. I don't like him. Some people maybe get very jealous because of the most popular guy in the school or popular girl in the school, and that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how high school and other so I mean, even though I'm just saying, but it never bothered me. But it's just I just feel like that. I just feel that I just think the MC character just needs to calm down, needs to understand. It's not just because of the most popular student in the school. It's just because that he is a nice guy. He's not really taking anything negative for someone or something like that or anything like that. But even though I'm not saying he's not doing this on purpose, which he is not. But even though he's doing this because he's trying to trying to help himself out, and also her, also his high school friend, his friend of the MC's friend, because I really want to see him and the girl, his childhood friend, to be a couple. I really want to see it because I think they both just really get along, And but even though I definitely want to say this also well too, because I think there is going to be some drama, which actually that's one of the tags of this anime, because I'm kind of wondering like how is this really going to go on, because I do believe there is going to be some quite a few things that are going to go on that really makes you think like, is this going to be good or is this going to be bad? I mean, that's what it seems to me. So that's what it seems to me, because I think this anime is one thing I really want to say is to keep a very close eye on, because I think this is going to become a very not very serious situation, but a very serious of the drama basically in the anime, like how they're going to do it and stuff like that, and how they're going to end up and stuff like that. Because some people may drop this anime because they don't like this situation, or maybe some people do like it because because like I said before, based on Love and Lies, because they have their own different formula based how they do things and stuff like that. And I think it kind of makes sense to me. It kind of makes sense to me because if the government were to force an anime or something like that were to do that, that means you have no of the say so. That means you can't back out of that marriage, because if you back out of that marriage, then guess what? You're going to jail. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. That was like that in Love and Lies. But even though I don't think the government or anything other countries would do something like that, because what I love about my country and stuff like that. I don't mean to brag or anything like that. It's something that I'm glad I'm living in America. I'm happy and stuff like that. Because I mean, it should not just be up to me who I want to marry or anything like that, or anything like. I'm just thinking hypothetical. That's all I'm just saying. That's what I'm just saying. But if I were to get forced to a situation where I'm forced to marry this girl or whoever it is and stuff like that, I would say, no, I can't do that. That's something I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do something like that because I'm not because of that. Because I don't care. I don't care if people. I'm in a famous rich family and stuff like that. Because I mean that's stuff like that does happen to other different countries. Because I think the reason why they're doing that, because the family say like, we want you to take care of our heritage for us, and we need you to marry this girl so you can save our company and stuff like that. I'm just saying that this I'm just saying like, what if, even though my family is not rich or anything like that, we're just a normal family. That's basically all it really is. But even though I'm just giving you guys some outtakes from what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be weird or anything like that, but I'm just saying. But even though basically with this anime, that you do have some certain families that who are rich, and basically say you need to carry this along, and you need to carry this along. And that's something I just don't like. Some families are like that. Some fans are not like that. But even though I'm just saying, but so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, good episode. I thought it was really good. I thought it really was. But I'm just gonna say this. I may be on the fence with this, but even though I think this anime is gonna get look very interesting, I may continue with this anime, but I really want to know how much more progressive this anime is gonna go. I'm really curious about this, because is it gonna be much more better Love and Lies? I don't know, but even though I like Love and Lies much more better, because it really has its own standards basically in the anime, and that's something I really do like. So yeah. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's it for this animal erection. Oh, not animal erection. Animal review. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please feel like give me a thumbs up. And please hit the notification bell as well too, so that you guys watch my videos. And please leave your comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, just know that I love you guys. Please be safe and remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.